unadu unaji hey, unaji surprise baby girl, unaji surprise pia wewe. Hey, yes. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be transforming this party dress I've had since I was in campus into this Pinterest inspired outfit with a little twist of my own. So I hope you like it, share and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so I started by taking a piece of shirt that I owned, like that fit me well. This one is the one that I'm going to use to trace out the pattern that I need. Don't mind my kitten, he's just a mess. So I'm using a black t-shirt and I'm just placing my dress on top of it to see how far I have to curve the boob area. I took my time outlining the curve that I need, so don't be in a hurry, just take your time, make sure that the curve is somewhat perfect. Not everything can be perfect, but make it at least perfect. After that, you're going to cut out along that curve you've created using your pair of scissors. Yeah. After cutting that off, I separated the back from the front using just the scissors, and I laid the front pattern onto my fabric, folded twice. So I'm going to have to cut two pieces of the front. This is a front pattern. Here I just traced it out on my fabric, then I'm cutting it out. I repeated the same process for my back pattern, but I should just tell you a disclaimer, don't use this step because you're going to see the mistake I have made. This is a wrong pattern, so today I decided to show you my mistakes. Yeah, so I just cut out two pieces of the back piece of the back pattern, as you can see there. So I sewed the pieces up, but there is a problem. They are too tiny for this. Whatever they should be, they should go lower. The front is okay, but the back. To fix the problem, I just placed my front pattern bit. I had to increase the length of where the shoulder bit connects to the back part. I lengthened it and lowered and increased the curve of the armhole. So I have an entirely different pattern. This process I was just winging it because I'm not using a specific pattern. I was creating my pattern from scratch. So yeah, I just winged it, came out with a pattern that was suitable for my body. Then I'm cutting it out right now. After completing the front piece, I had to redo the back pattern as well. So for the back pattern, I just used the front pattern as a baseline. Then I created this kind of opening on the back pattern. If I tell you I was winging this, I was winging this. So these are the two patterns that I came up with, the front and the back. You cut out two pieces of each. Yeah, I'm not good at making patterns. When I get good, I'll come with a tutorial specifically for that. So here I'm just going to sew the top of the here and round for the back piece. So let's do that. Then I took the two front patterns pieces, I sewed them along the curved area where it's going to connect to my boob area, like cleavage area. I sewed it up. Now I'm just ironing it out to make the seams flat. For the back, after you sew them along the areas I've shown you, you have to turn them inside out. Generally, I had to pass the material through that thin connecting piece at the back. Then I'm going to iron it out. Afterwards, I took the two pieces, like the front and the back, I sewed them along the shoulder seams and the armpit seams to make a vest-like piece. So you just sew along the shoulders and where the armpits connect. Yeah. The next step is pinning the vest. I'll call it a vest for now. It's pinning the vest to the dress. I cut out the straps of the dress, so I'm just pinning it along a strapless dress. So I just pinned it down and took it to my sewing machine, sewed it along the pinned areas. Yeah, and this is the result. This is how the front looks like after you connect the vest to the dress, and this is how the back looks like. I'm just checking to see I've sewed them the right way. Then I cut out the sleeves using a pattern that I made a long time ago. I'm not going into detail about the pattern making because as I've said, I'm not good at it. So I just cut out two sleeves. Then I'm going to sew them along the edge, leaving the armhole opening. After you've sewed your sleeves, you're going to connect them to the vest using just a straight stitch. Here you should take your time here because it was a bit tiresome for me. Yeah, so I attached my sleeves, both sleeves, to my vest, to the top of my dress. Then I cut this into two. I'm going to attach a button and make a buttonhole on the other side. This next step, I'm cutting out pieces for creating the ruffles that I'm going to attach at the bottom of my dress. So here I just cut out the pieces, then I stitch them along the hemline, both of them. Yeah. After that, I used my longest stitch to create just a simple straight stitch. This is what I'm going to use to gather my ruffles. I just pulled onto one string, then I created a ruffles by pulling on one end. That's what I'm doing here. After that, I attach my pieces together, both the two pieces I had cut out together while I've ruffled them out, and this is the complete ruffle I'm going to use. Then I took the ruffled bit and pinned it down onto the hem of my dress, right sides together. I pinned it all round, then took it to my sewing machine and stitched along the hemline. After doing this, the next step will be making the sleeves of my dress. Most of my patterns, I get them from clothes I already own, so I want my dress to have this. I don't know what the name of these sleeves are. Is it bell sleeves? I am not sure, but these rounded sleeves, so something like this, you see. So I'm just going to just measure the diameter of this circle, then approximate it to the, then use the same measurements for my now dress. So this, I need this size because I don't want a big one, so it's around 9.5 in diameter. So I'll make mine like 10. If it's big, then I'll reduce it. So the diameter is 10, so the radius, I'm using a radius of 5. So let's see if this will do. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to measure 5 all round. Now for the armhole, I think I'll have to create another smaller circle over here. Let me first of all see my wrist radius, the radius of my wrists. I used a diameter of 1 inch, a radius of 1 inch, that is, cut out the circle at the center, so that's where my arm is going to go through. Then I'm going to attach this sleeve onto the base of my straight sleeve. This is the end of the sleeve, so I'm just going to attach onto the other piece of the sleeve. Yeah, I'm going to stitch everything up and come up with the final product.